Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Read With Me. I am your host, Kelly Michelle. This is a channel that focuses on reading together separately. So I will choose a book, I will introduce the book the previous month, and we will read one book together throughout the month. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I will post my thoughts and reflections and takeaways from the assigned chapters that we have read together. So the goal is to read 12 books together by the end of the year. And so we have been working through the month of May. We just got started the book Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. So last time I went over chapters 1, and today I will be reviewing chapter 2. And chapter 2 is titled Debunking the Vulnerability Myths. And one thing I do want to say, one of the criteria that I have for the books that I select to read is that they're easy to read. And what is different from some of the books that we have read already this year is that those chapters were pretty short, but the chapters in this book are a bit longer. So as I mentioned, as I was going over chapter 1, there's some that I will be breaking up into multiple episodes. And so the first time that I will be breaking up the chapters, I will be breaking up chapter 3 into 2 parts. And so it will be chapter 3. The first part will be pages 62 through 86. And the second part will be 87 through 111. So just be prepared next time we're breaking the chapters apart. But today I am going over chapter 2. And I just read the title of the chapter. And again, it's Debunking the Vulnerability Myths. And just as a disclaimer before I jump into my thoughts and takeaways, this channel is not at all trying to present these concepts as my own ideas or to teach this book. It's simply me just sharing the things that I learned and had aha moments about when I was reading the book. And I just want to encourage you to pick up this book and also start reading it. So, chapter 2, number 1, we'll start vulnerability is the core of all emotions and feelings. Number 2, vulnerability contains uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. Number 3, vulnerability can sound like the truth and sounds like the truth and feels like courage. Number 4, experiencing vulnerability isn't a choice. The choice is our response to our feelings of uncertainty, risk, and emotional exposure. And number 5, vulnerability without boundaries leads to disconnection, distrust, and disengagement. And as you can see, this chapter is focused on vulnerability. And what I want to focus on is number 1, which said vulnerability is the core of all emotions and feelings. And thinking back to what the author was talking about, she was saying that so many times we might associate other emotions as something else, but it really is like vulnerability, or vulnerability is at the core of it. So for example, fear, embarrassment, doubt, so many other things is really cloaked in what does it really mean at the core of it. And it means that we're scared of vulnerability. And so I really just want to encourage you to go into the chapter with an open mind and open heart, as I mentioned in the last video, but really take in the information because it was so, much for me. Brene Brown, she has a PhD, and she is sharing within this book so much of her research. And so some of the terms and statements and concepts, she has come with definitions based upon the research that she has done. And so I can't do it justice to, go and try to talk through her research. I want to encourage you to read that chapter so you can really get a full understanding of what vulnerability is. But those were my takeaways for chapter 2. And as I mentioned, we are breaking apart chapter 3. So next episode, I'll be going over pages 62 through 86. And then in part 2, the following episode, I'll be going over pages 87 through 110. So before I leave you, I always like to encourage you with a couple of things. Please take some time to read today. If you are behind in reading, no problem. You can always come back to these episodes when you've caught up. And you can also go over any books that you missed that we've already read this year. If you are enjoying this channel, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I would love to hear from you. I want to hear from you, your takeaways from the chapter that we read today, which was chapter 2, and your thoughts about vulnerability. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until next time, happy reading.